But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is.
Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now today we're talking about a step-by-step guide to multiplying your money. A step-by-step guide to multiplying your money. Now why am I doing this? I'm doing this because of the comments under my previous videos, and that's why I encourage you, always comment under my videos telling me what you want me to talk about. And then I'm here. I'm a business angel. I'm here to serve you, to help you get better. I hate poverty. I want prosperity, not just for myself, but for everybody, for as many people as possible. And so if you comment under my videos, then I know what you guys want to hear. So without further ado, how do you multiply money? Now, it's really easy. It's really easy multiplying money. A lot of people think it's hard. It's not hard at all. It's really easy. Now, it is simple. It requires consistent effort, but it is easy. Now, there's a principle. It's called the Mkm Principle. Now, it's practiced by a lot of wealthy people. All billionaires practice it. But then the people at the bottom of the pyramid don't know that principle. Simply, what is MKM? MKN is making money, that's the M. Keeping money, that's the K. And multiplying money, that's the M. That's the only way to become wealthy. So, if you're not making money, you're not going to be okay. And then if you're not keeping your money, you're not going to be stable. And if you're not multiplying your money, you're not going to be wealthy. Now, everybody has an income. Everybody, no matter who you are, everybody has an income. It's a mistake for some people to think that they don't have an income. Everybody has an income. Now, if you're watching this, for instance, you have an income. You bought a phone. How did you buy that phone? Money came in. An income is anything that comes in. So it might be an earned income like a salary or your wages, or it might be like a revenue income from a business, or it might be an investment income from your investments like dividends, or it might just be passive income from investments that you do not have to put in any effort, or it might be money that's gifted to you, but everybody has an income. So you're making money. No matter how small, you're making money. Now, the key, when you're making money, the key is this. You've got to keep your money. A lot of people make money and then they don't keep their money. Even worse, most people on earth, more than 50% of the people on earth, they spend more than they make. So how do you keep your money? You see, unless you have a budget, you can't keep your money. It's impossible. If you don't have a budget, you can't keep your money. Because without a budget, what's going to happen is that you're going to be spending based on impulse. And if you're not able to suppress impulse for principle, you're not going to be able to keep your money. So a budget just simply tells your money where you want it to go. So you're telling your money beforehand. You're planning your money beforehand. You're saying, go here, go there, and then go there. And so it gives you a bird's eye view of your money. So you need a budget if you're going to keep your money. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize that a budget should be structured around your need, not around your greed. Now, what do I mean? Let's take an example of some needs. Let's talk about 3 needs. Now, you've got a need for food, feeding, right? You've got a need for transportation. You've got a need for clothes, right? Now, look at that. Feeding, transportation, clothes. Now, if you go to a market and you buy some food and you make it and then you eat, that you're fulfilling a need. You're spending your money on a need. But if you go to a restaurant to eat at a restaurant, you're not spending your money on your need. You're spending your money on your greed. Look at that. So food is a need, but a restaurant is not a need. Now let's talk about transportation. If you're hopping on a bus and you're going from point A to point B, you're spending money on your need. However, if you spend your money on a luxury car, like a Maserati, a BMW, a Mercedes, you're not spending your money on your need. You're spending your money on your greed. Now, it's okay if you're spending passive income, investments, revenue, and all of that. That's okay. But when you're not at that level, that means you're spending money on your greed. Now, let's talk about clothes. If you're buying just like maybe a jeans and a black t-shirt, you're spending money on your need. But if you insist that, oh, you want to spend money on Gucci's, Louis Vuitton, designers, you're spending money on your greed. So now let's understand that for you to keep your money, you've got to have a budget. For you to keep your money, you've got to have a budget. Now, let's move to the next step now. We're talking about multiplication. Money, by its very nature, is designed by governments to lose value over time. And that is why central banks, reserve banks all around the world, every year they set a minimum interest rate. Now, what's that minimum interest rate? It's the rate by which other banks, commercial banks, merchant banks can lend out money. And so when they lend out money, they charge an interest, and then the multiplier effect of that is that the environment has inflation. So the minimum inflation is going to be at least the minimum of that interest rate. So you see how it works. Money is designed by government to lose value over time. So $100 in the year 2021 is not $100 in the year 2022. They are not going to be able to buy the same thing. So the purchasing power of money has reduced. So if you're not multiplying your money, guess what? You're automatically subtracting your money. So you need to multiply your money. If you put your money in a bank, you have to realize that cash in the bank is not assets. Why? Because a bank will pay you an interest rate that is lower than the rate of inflation. So you got to understand that. So what do you need to do now? You need to multiply your money. So how do you multiply your money? Again, that question. It's really easy. Now, you multiply your money. The only way to do that is by investing. Investments are the only way to multiply your money. Now, a lot of people say to themselves that, oh no, investments are too risky. Now, here's the thing. If you don't invest your money, you leave your money, it is more risky than investing your money. Why? Because I already told you that money is not static. Money is either being multiplied or is being subtracted. So if you leave your money as it is and you're not investing it, then your money is losing value. All right? So you need to multiply your money, you need to invest. Now, here's the thing. What can you do with your money? You can invest it in 5 good ways. Now, the very first way that you can invest it, which is what a lot of people do, is that they invest their money in the bank. They put their money in the bank and then they want the bank to give them interest rates. Now, that is very foolish. Why? It's because when you invest in your money in a bank, the bank is going to give you an interest rate that is lower than the rate of inflation. And so automatically your money is being subtracted. So let's imagine that the rate of inflation right now in America is about 7%. In a place like Nigeria, it's about 16%. In a place like Ghana, it's about 13%. Now, no bank is going to give you an interest rate that is as high as that. They're going to give you an interest rate in America maybe of about 0.5 or 1%. In Nigeria, probably about 2%. In Ghana, probably about 1.8%. So you see, they are not going to give you an interest rate that will match the rate of inflation. So you have to understand that. So what do you have to do now? You have to invest your money in something that is going to give you an interest rate that is higher than inflation. And then the most stable business that can give you that is by investing in the S&P 500. Now, I've done a video before teaching people how to invest in the S&P 500. Watch that video. You can invest in the S&P 500 from any part of the world. There is no citizenship requirement for you to invest in the S&P 500. So you can be in Cambodia, you can be in Tanzania, you can be in Nepal, you can be in Bangladesh, you can be in Belize and invest in the S&P 500. All you need to do is you need to have a gateway, like an app. And I've told you guys about some apps that you can use to invest in the S&P 500. An example, Chaka, Trove, Bamboo, eToro. Now, if you invest in S&P 500, you are guaranteed a rate of return on your money that is higher than the rate of inflation. What else can you invest your money in? You can invest your money in REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, if you don't know what REITs are and if you don't know how to invest in REITs, I have done a video on this channel teaching people how to invest their money in REITs, a step-by-step guide. Watch that video. Now, REITs are very good because they give you from 8 to about 12. Some of them give you as much as 15, but typically they give you about 8 to 12% return on your investment, which is higher than the rate of inflation. So your money is being multiplied. Another thing that you can do, which is a bit more risky, is that you're investing in the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ are basically technology shares. Now, technology shares, they can be a bit more volatile. Why? Because a lot of things can happen. There can be a bad report, like with Facebook, for instance, when they reported that for the first time, their subscriber numbers were dropping. And then it's not going to affect only Facebook, it's going to affect all of the index, the NASDAQ index. So you can invest in the NASDAQ index, but the thing there is that there's a bit more risk. Now, that's the third one. Now, fourth, you can invest in cryptocurrency. Now, if you don't know how to invest in cryptocurrency, I did a video, a step-by-step guide to investing in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is unique because it's a field of investment that has a lot of potential for growth. But then there is a lot of risk. That's why it's very volatile. The reason why there's a lot of risk is because governments and individuals make comments, and their comments affect the value of cryptocurrency. So that's what's happening with cryptocurrency. So, for instance, I'll give you an example. If you had invested $100 in a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin in 2013, today your money will be worth about $4.7 million. Now, look at that. However, if you had invested, say, sometime like probably, I think maybe about October last year, you'd have lost money. Because, yeah, I mean, from that time till now, crypto has gone down. So it's an investment strategy that you have to do with wisdom. And I've done a video teaching people how to invest in cryptocurrency. Also, another thing that you can invest in starting up your own business. Starting up your own business. That's the fifth one. Starting up your own business. And I mean, there is never any money that is too little for you to invest in your own business. You think about it. I was in Kenya. I went to Kibera. And I did a talk with Kibera is actually the biggest slum in Africa. And I was telling people in Kibera how they could invest. And they were telling me, oh no, we don't have money to invest. Banks will lend us money. And I told them, okay, you've got phones. You've got phones. In the interior of Kenya, grains are very, very inexpensive. They're very, very cheap. Why don't you sell your phones, go to the interior, buy grains, bring them to Nairobi, which is the capital, and sell them? You multiply your money by a factor of about two and a half times. So there's always money for you to put in your own businesses. So that's what I'm telling you now. MKM. You make money, you keep money, and you multiply money. Now, my name is Mkm Principle. If you've watched this video, and maybe there's been some points where I've not been very, very clear, or maybe I talk too fast, or maybe it's my accent, what you can do is that you can ask questions. Put your comments in the comments section of this video, your questions, and then my staff are very good. They're going to create your comments, they're going to give them to me, and I'll do my best to respond to your comments. Now, you got to remember, I do not have a WhatsApp forum. I do not have a Telegram channel. I do not have a Gmail email address. What you got to remember is that scammers know that my videos tend to go viral, and they've created a number of fake YouTube profiles, approaching people in the comment section, telling them helpline, guideline, one-on-one mentoring, I will help you. You got to be careful. I'm the apostle of prosperity. I do not want you to go into poverty and be duped by these people. This is Mkm Principle. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Thank you.